one of those thought-provoking conversation that someone will say to themselves, I never thought of that. I never looked at it that way. But today you will. Thank you so much. So, for those who don't know me, I am D.E. Wilder, and on Fridays, I do my Financial Fitness Fridays, where I give financial advice we have a financial conversation from the standpoint of mindset and the way you think about finances. So if you're here looking for the latest stock tips, if you are looking for advice on how to increase your portfolio, if you're looking for advice on the best form of investment, this might not be the place for you. That's not what we're doing. What we're doing is getting people prepared mentally for their financial future. And that's where people have the most problem. If someone comes across a whop of money, because they would need more than that today, and soon as they get it, they say to themselves, you know what? This is what I would do. That's where your first problem starts. Because before you do anything, you need to first contemplate, think about it, plan it, map it, strategize. Your mindset has to be in a certain place. I just came across a social media posting just today, and they were talking about a post of a podcast that happened a couple of weeks ago, and it was I don't know if the athlete is retired, but certainly no longer playing. And the athlete said something to the effect of, in the course of I believe for that athlete, it was short career, I accumulated more than $20 million. And at this point, I lost it because $20 million was not enough. And when I heard that the first time, I thought it was a joke. I thought when a person said it was a joke. But then I went back, triangulate back, and watched the video, and I saw that it wasn't a joke. And what it said to me was it wasn't a joke. He was the joke. The joke was on him. Because it's a perfect example of having the resources, but not having the right mindset. And without the right mindset, I don't care how much money you have, you'll lose it all, just like he did. So this is where we're starting tonight. Financial Fitness Friday with the right mindset. Thank you for joining me. I am D.E. Wilder, and this is going to be a wonderful session. We are talking about something that is thought-provoking. It is something that is boot-shaking. It's something that is going to make you rethink the way you think about your own finance and your own mindset. It's a new concept that I'm introducing, and I want you to share this moment with me. This is called, follow me with this, ego, eco, echo. Ego, eco, echo. Say that fast 10 times and see if you could keep up with that. Okay, let me break that down for you because there's a reason about that vocal Morse code. Is because we're going to focus on 3 different interesting concepts and we're going to merge them together. Ego, we know what that is. That's an individual ego. Eco is your ecosystem, and echo is your economics. Today's session, I'm technical issues. So today's session is called Ego versus personal ecosystem versus personal economics. How your mindset shapes your environment and ultimately your financial health. Thank you for joining me on this journey. While you're joining me on this journey, I'm joining you on your journey. Welcome, family, friends, and fraternal souls. Today, we are diving into a powerful triad. As I mentioned, ego, ecosystem, and economics. 3 words, 3 forces, and 3 dimensions, shaping your life, whether you recognize it or not. So here's the truth. Your financial condition is really just about money. As I mentioned, and as I mention in every session, it's all about mindset. But it's also about your environment. It's also about your identity. Too many people try to fix their bank account without fixing their belief system. Too many people try to build wealth while operating from a standpoint of their own ego. Yes. Too many people try to change the outcome while staying in the same ecosystem. Well, today we're going to break it down and break it down to a point of why this is so detrimental. It holds people back, and how to break free from this triad. Because if you understand this framework that I'm applying today, you don't just improve your finances, you will in fact transform your life. So, as we always do with a meditative moment, take a deep breath with me. We're going to inhale clarity and exhale confusion. Let's go to work. So, what is the ideology behind what I'm saying? We're going to start with the ideology of ego. What is ego? We all know it generally, but let's dig deeper. Ego is not confidence. Ego is identity attachment. It is that voice that says, I already know. I deserve more. That what you're talking about, that's beneath me. Or simply put, I don't need help. Ego is defensive. It's comparative. Ego is fragile. And here's the dangerous part, the truly dangerous part. Ego makes financial decisions emotionally. Ego and money, whoo, that's an interesting combination. Because ego buys things that impresses people, or so we think. An ecosystem builds things that sustains people. And economics measure things that grow people. But ego spins to be seen. And ego says things like, I need a luxury car before I have the true liquidity. I need to work on my image before I have the true and the underlying income to support it. I need applause and an audience before I even have the assets to sustain that lifestyle. Because ego is loud while wealth is quiet. Ego wants validation. Wealth requires discipline. So pause with me for a moment and ask yourself this. Where has your ego influence your financial decisions? Hmm? Let's think about that. What was the purchase? Was it a partnership? Was it a refusal to learn and to grow? Was it a refusal to start small and where you're at? Evil will sabotage long-term economics for a short-term identity protection and or gratification. Why? Because ego and resistance seems like it goes hand in hand. It resists growth. Ego hates being a beginner. Ego hates being at the beginning stages and admitting it to itself. It hates asking questions and being in a position where they may be vulnerable enough to say, I don't know. It hates admitting ignorance. It hates starting from zero. But wealth building requires humility. Humility, excuse me. It's humility, I'm sorry. Humility. Because every investor, I don't care who they are, how successful they are, how much they got. It could be Warren Buffett. Every investor started from somewhere. They never started from the top. So every entrepreneur was once inexperienced. Every financially disciplined person once had poor habits. No one was perfect. No one did everything perfect. They had habits that they needed to work on. And ego will keep you from your growth. In fact, ego will keep you broke. Humility builds empire, because that's where it starts when you admit, I don't know. Because once you recognize that you do not know, now you have the breadth of opportunity to learn and to grow. It all starts with being honest with yourself. So let that fact settle in for just a moment. Let's go to your personal ecosystem and why this is so important. This, if we talked about ego and how that can be a hindrance for growth and development, because that's personal and that's that's you holding you back. Ecosystem is an environment that will hold you down if you let it. Let's go to work. So let's just shift for a moment from the ego to your ecosystem, because even if you conquer your ego, even if you come to terms with negative habits and work on it, and now you're on to the next level, there is something else shaping your financial destiny, and that is your personal ecosystem. What is your personal ecosystem? What is that? An ecosystem is an environment where living things either thrive or decay. Your personal ecosystem includes the people who you're surrounded with, the conversations you engage in, the media and information you consume, and the habits that you have that you repeat, good or bad or indifferent. The physical space that you operate within, and the emotional climate that you tolerate. Now, when you put that together and think about that is your environment, that is your personal ecosystem, That type of system, mindset, spirit, your surroundings, influence, that can either celebrate and lift you up or it can drag you down. Happens to people every day. Because if you plant discipline in chaos, chaos always wins. If you plant ambition in mediocrity, pressures, and will just hold it down, will hold your ambition down. That's the power of an environment, because environment is always stronger than intention over time and in time. This is why it's so important to, when you are ready to go to the next level, you have to make sure that you are in the environment surrounded by people like-minded who are trying to go to the next level. It is no way you can have this mindset that I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm going here, and you're around woe is me people who's not going anywhere, not doing anything. Every day it'll be an external and an internal battle that you just do not need. So I want to highlight the importance of your personal ecosystem. Let me double check to see.